You know very well that I love nothing more than to share my shopping habits with you. Remember last week's video? Harmony and I went to Costco for the first time in weeks. Well, we have found something else to do. We're going to show you that a little later in the video. But the main thing I wanted to talk to you about came to my mind after watching KOFUZI's video about how to become a morning runner. I got some thoughts. That's what we're talking about today. Guys, I keep thinking it's going to be the last day of cool weather, and we get another one. Beautiful weather, 60 degrees, 15.56 Celsius. Oh, humidity so low, such a nice run. All right, today's run, 11.4 miles or about 18.35 kilometers at an average pace of 8:02 a mile or 5 minutes a kilometer. I took a new route out to Fruitville Road. Of course, that means nothing to the vast majority of you. Only if you live in the same area as me do you know where Fruitville Road is. Anyway, let's do some stuff. Yeah, run's over for the day. Let's get into something else. First of all, listen, KOFUZI's channel is one of my favorite channels, and I totally agree with everything that guy said. There's something that I just wanted to point out, because he was showing us his sleep data. All right, he was showing us his sleep data and how he gets 5.5 hours sleep a night. Now, that's not very much. He did admit to probably needing about 7 hours sleep a night. But the point is, the data he showed us was 5.5 hours sleep a night, and he's still going out for his run. He's got his kids at home, he's raising a family. I mean, the guy's got a life. He's doing live streams twice a day. He's still got a busy life, and he's doing it all on 5.5 hours sleep. I'm a morning runner. There's nothing I like better than getting out before the sunrise. This year with my work schedule, I either work until 3 a.m. or until 6 a.m. Okay, on those days, I have to set my alarm to get up at either 9:30 if I work until 3 a.m. or 12:30 if I work until 6 a.m. Sorry, all these times getting me messed up. 6.5 hours. Now, if I do 2 or 3 days of that, getting 6.5 hours sleep, I am a mess. A total mess. Like I'm incapable of just having a conversation. I'm grumpy. I'm more hungry than I usually am. Okay? So what that means is the next night, on the night that I'm off, I end up going to sleep very early to catch up. My point is, by talking about this with you, I'm all for being a morning runner. If you're looking for tips on being a morning runner, I'm gonna link to KOFUZI's video down below. I've talked about it in past videos, and basically it's just, you have to exercise a little bit of discipline, right? Because it never feels good to wake up. If you are prepared to wake up, keep moving, have a cup of coffee. There's no way I could wake up with an alarm and get out the door without a cup of coffee. Lay your clothes out the night before, then you will be successful. It's not going to be easy, but the benefits are well worth it. I just wanted to point out that you may need more than 5.5 hours sleep, all right? We all can't be as great as KOFUZI. This guy, man, he's a lucky guy that he can do all this on 5.5 hours sleep. I think if I were left to my own devices, I would probably need 10 hours, 9.5 to 10 hours sleep. So, let's just take a look at some of my sleep data. Right now on the screen, I have just pulled up this week because it is a pretty consistent work week for me. We can see at the beginning, obviously I've worked these 2 days and I've slept just over 6 hours. Then on my next 2 days off, I am sleeping you know, over 10 hours on the first day, a little less than 10 hours on the second. Obviously I go to work the next 2 days, and then I get a crazy amount of sleep. It looks like 12 hours sleep on April 18th because I'm so exhausted from work. Let's back it up a week to see how I sleep when I don't have to go to work. So you can see on these first 2 days, I was obviously at work because I'm getting just over 6 hours, and then I didn't go to work for a couple of days, and you can see that my sleep is 11 hours, 10 hours, 9.5 hours, 10.5 hours. You know, when left to my own devices, I need a lot of sleep. And I just wanted to point out that if you need more than 5.5 hours sleep, that's totally fine. Okay, but listen, I still recommend running in the morning, all right? Still recommend running in the morning, and you may have to go to bed super early. So what does that mean for me? You know, KOFUZI pointed out how awkward it can be going to bed super early. Listen, if I want to wake up at just 6 a.m., it means to get 10 hours sleep, I have to be in bed at 8 o'clock, all right? That doesn't always work out. That isn't always the easiest thing to do. And if I want to get up earlier than that, I have to go to bed even earlier. Or I can set an alarm, which is not ideal. My device has a vibrating alarm, and that is what I've been using to get up with for years, and it's very peaceful rather than an actual sound alarm. Listen, I've rattled on more than enough for today's video about sleep, but I do want to know about your sleep. How much sleep do you generally need? What happens to you when you don't get enough sleep? For me, I'll wake up after not getting enough sleep and I'll have a cup of coffee. I'm good for my run. I'll still feel good on my run. It's later in the day. It's when I get back from my run that I really crash. So write in the comments below, how much sleep do you need? How much sleep would you ideally get? And what do you suffer from if you don't get enough sleep? That wasn't very articulate. Anyway, let's move on to this clip where Harmony and I get some food delivered. Today is a pretty exciting day. We ordered a box of produce from Misfits Market. Now, if you've heard of Misfits Market before, let me know in the comments below. But what it is, I guess it's a farm somewhere, or farms that get together. They put stuff in the box that isn't quite good enough for the grocery store. So it might look a bit dodgy. And we ordered a 10 to 12 pound box, and you can't choose what you're gonna get, right? So that's half the surprise. No, that's all the surprise. So it's at our front door right now. So let's go and see what we have. Here it is. Here it is. Misfits Market. I love this slogan. Always delicious, sometimes normal. Okay, let's take a look at what we have inside. Look at this. We got some peppers, broccoli, always a good bet. Kale, always good for a vegan. Some apples.
I guess so, huh?
Oh, there's another level too. Okay, let's just zoom in this box right here.
Oh my god.
Okay, I got some celery. What is this thing? Is that a parsnip?
I think it might be a turnip or a parsnip.
A turnip or a parsnip?
Or a small rutabaga? I don't know. We'll eat it.
Little cucumbers. Sprouts.
Purple ones.
Purple sprouts. This is a squash.
Acorn squash.
Another
one of those.
Another one of these, whatever it is. Couple of lemons.
Yay.
What are these?
They're like mandarins, or right? What does it say? Is it a mystery?
I don't know. These small orange things. They're not oranges. And then a load of potatoes.
Yum.
All right, that's it. That is our food haul that got delivered to our house. Let's get into something else. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty awesome. Okay, listen, I may make another video with some of the stuff that we make with all that fruit and vegetables that got delivered. And when I say that we make, I mean that Harmony makes. Anyway, thanks for staying all the way to the end of the video. Guys, listen, if you've made it this far and you're not subscribed, that blows my mind. Please just subscribe now. The button is somewhere down here and it's on my page. It supports the channel. Give this video a thumbs up. You know, do all the YouTubery. You know the rules. You know what to do. Listen, be kind, be happy, run well. I'll see you next time.